Hello, I'm Marlis Arnold, trade show marketing consultant and author of the book, Build a Better Trade Show Image. Welcome to the Trade Show Insights podcast with news, tips, and tools to expand your knowledge of exhibiting. For today's episode, we're going to be reviewing some of the new and innovative products that were on display at the recent Exhibitor show in Las Vegas. Now, this was my first year to be invited to be one of the speakers and featured authors for the show. So for those of you who came to my workshop or came to meet me at the book signing, thanks! It was great to meet you. First off, items for booth displays. Ecosystems is the first modular exhibit system produced entirely from either recycled or otherwise earth-friendly materials. For example, they have 100% recyclable aluminum frame as well as graphics panels. Their flooring is made from recycled tires, and the panels and furniture are made from bamboo, which is very strong and regrows rapidly, as well as sorghum plants, which really intrigued me since I grew up on a farm where my dad grew sorghum. Who would have thought? So if you want an exhibit that's more environmentally friendly as well as very hip and fresh, be sure to check out their link as well as all the other companies that we're going to mention today. You'll find it either within the podcast if you're watching it in iTunes or on our show notes page. Now, if you're into faux textures instead of the real thing, Texture Plus creates incredibly realistic surfaces that resemble stone or brick, even bamboo or tree bark. They actually have more than 40 different styles to choose from. These seamless interlocking panels make for easy assembly, and they don't warp, rot, or crack. Now, if you're into more of a high-tech look, but you still want low-tech assembly, you need to check out the D3 display lighted stand from Dimensions Displays. It requires absolutely no tools to assemble and fits in a small tote, but it really looks cool. You can insert a graphic of your choice in the really thin light screens, and then attachments on the stand include either a display shelf or a literature rack, and you can set the panel so that it's either a portrait or landscape display, and it just really, the colors are rich and it's very eye-catching. And speaking of eye-catching, there's nothing like a blazing fire to get people's attention. And that's exactly one of the effects that Technifex has available with their faux fire. There's no chemicals or smoke involved. They have rental units that come in either 5 or 8 foot lengths, and they use steam and light to create that realistic looking fire. It operates much like a theatrical fog machine. Another one of their effects is called the flow screen. Now this uses water, lighting, and a rear projection screen to create a mystical illusion. They can flood the screen with any color light, or better yet, you can have the colors change over time. You can project either video or still photographs, or they can also put on vinyl graphics of like your logo or whatever. The water actually flows down the back side of the screen so the front side stays dry to the touch, which is another advantage. If you want to make your booth more multi-sensory, you can introduce the sense of smell with the Extrudescent moldings by Outwater Plastics. Now these special materials can be embedded with virtually any aroma and then incorporated right into your booth design. But a word of caution here, really think through what scent would best evoke the kind of mood or feeling that you're wanting to create. Because if it's going to become part of your display itself, it's not going to be as easy to change from one show to the next. The other word of caution is make sure that you choose a scent that's not too overpowering. The key here is subtle scent. And for a booth display element that really becomes an attraction, check out the Star Map interactive kiosk from Blue Telescope. This fun tool lets visitors explore a virtual map or kind of an X-ray product demo. They can play an interactive game or even take a fun survey. It's set up with personal stations that each have a trackball so you can control your own spotlight that travels around on the map and it highlights the various things so each visitor gets their own personalized tour, so to speak. It can either be used individually or it can become a team activity where everyone has to work together to find something on the map. It's a great way to prompt conversation between the staff and attendees, plus it keeps them in your booth longer. Now for some great giveaway or pre-show promotion ideas. If you'd like to do some kind of in-booth engraving, check out Trade Show Laser. They can have the equipment in the booth and you just scan your visitor's badge and then it engraves the item while they wait. They have all kinds of items from pens to keychains to card holders, either pocket or desk versions, plus a really nifty pen holder that turns into a nameplate for your desk. If you're not watching your podcast in iTunes or on your iPod, be sure to go to the show notes to see a picture. Well, I'm sure you've all seen those little Trip Builder pop-out maps that are such great pre-show mailers, reg bag stuffers, or booth giveaways, but their newest product is called the Top Spots Guide. And now, for those of you who maybe do a lot of shows, but they're smaller shows and you can't really do the quantity of a map for each show that you do, well, now you can create one custom guide to use at all your upcoming shows. You get to choose up to 14 cities, and then you have little mini maps and a list of top restaurants and visitor sites for each of the cities, along with custom pages where you can list your trade show calendar, a welcome letter, and even a few pages about your products and services. And finally, Magnetic Attractions makes promo magnets of all shapes and sizes. Some of my favorites are the custom word scramble and the postcard mailer with a peelable magnet. You can also do distinct shapes from cars, slice of pizza, a flower, even an ice cream cone. And of course they can also do custom die cuts. So if you sell a consumer product, this is great to have a magnet that goes on somebody's refrigerator because, obviously how many times a day do we look at the refrigerator? But even if you are a business-to-business company, people love to put magnets on their file cabinets, so a magnet could be a very inexpensive, clever promotional tool. And now for some software tools that help you make the most of that great booth display and attractions and giveaways. Event Trends is a unique customer engagement tool from Impact Unlimited. It helps you recognize, target, and engage key prospects. And it provides your staff with a special code on the screen so that they know more about the person they're talking to, whether it's a client, a hot prospect, or somebody maybe with no potential at all. So now the visitor can be presented with all the right information that's tailored to them. It can also help to measure the interaction based on both the topic and the time spent, and then afterwards the software will create in-depth reports for you. And a repeat from last year, Fish software now has some new developments as well. Using RFID technology, which is radio frequency identification, they can customize each attendee's experience in the booth, from introducing their favorite music or color of lighting when they approach different stations around the booth. This also can help to analyze booth traffic so they can see which displays people visit, in what order, and how much time was spent at each. Have you ever wished you could be a more educated exhibitor but just can't find the time? Well, now you can, anytime, anywhere. Coming in 2007, a number of new interactive multimedia self-study tools will be available for exhibitors of all sizes and industries. User-friendly, step-by-step curriculum filled with proven principles and real-world examples with an easy-to-follow blueprint you can put to work immediately. You can slash your learning curve with these best-kept secrets of successful exhibitors, including audio and video tips, comprehensive checklists, resources, and how-tos on topics from goal setting and show selection, theme development and booth design, all the way through creative promotion, staff preparation, media relations, and more. If you just can't wait for all the details, which will be coming soon in future episodes, just go on to the show notes at imagespecialist.com/tradeshowinsights and click on the email link to send me a message. I'll be happy to give you more information. Trade Show Insights is protected under the Creative Commons copyright license. You may share this recording with colleagues as long as it is copied in its entirety and is not used for commercial purposes. For more information, please see the link in the show notes. So that's it for today's episode of Trade Show Insights. Next time, we'll go back to Exhibitor Show and talk about some of the very creative booth design ideas. Until next time, I'm Marlis Arnold. Thanks for listening.